Bullseye is literally the definition of unhinged villain. I recently went back to reread some of the old Daredevil issues from Frank Miller's run, and issue 169 was just perfect as a way to introduce some people to Bullseye. We get to learn a little bit about his backstory, about his character, and we get to see him go 1 versus 1 against Daredevil. If you can think of a Marvel villain that's more insane than Bullseye, let me know in the comments. Let's not waste any more time, let's jump straight into it. Let's go! This issue opens with a breaking news report. Bullseye, the world's deadliest assassin, has escaped from Midtown Hospital, just moments before undergoing critical surgery. His whereabouts are unknown, and the city is on edge. Matt Murdock, mid-interview on a television broadcast, hears the report. Without hesitation, he abruptly leaves, ignoring the confusion of the hosts and crew. He knows there's no time to waste. Bullseye is loose, and people will die. Daredevil arrives at the hospital, gathering information on the assassin's escape. The details are even worse than expected. Bullseye had been restrained, but in a terrifying display of skill, he managed to free himself, hit the like button, overpower his guards, and kill 3 men before vanishing into the city. Dr. Klaus, the doctor overseeing Bullseye's case, provides Daredevil with a disturbing revelation, one that explains the assassin's increasingly erratic and violent behavior. Meanwhile, Bullseye stalks through the bustling streets of New York. It's the holiday season, and the sidewalks are packed with Christmas shoppers, laughter, and joy. But to Bullseye, the world is twisting into something monstrous. When he looks up, every single person around him is Daredevil. Hundreds of them everywhere. In a blind rage, Bullseye lashes out, striking down civilians in the middle of the crowded street. His movements are lightning fast. No time to scream, no time to run. In the span of 5 seconds, a group of innocent people are left groaning and broken on the pavement. He stands over them, breathing heavily, then throws his arms out and screams, "I've killed you, devil, and I'll keep killing you until there aren't any more of you left." Passers-by stare in horror before scattering in every direction. Bullseye, after regaining his composure, then turns on his heel and strides into a nearby tailor shop. The store owner greets him politely, unaware of the danger he's in. Bullseye doesn't say a word. Moments later, he explodes through the door, kicking it off its hinges. Now clad in his iconic black and white Bullseye suit, he grins wildly. Bullseye is back. Suddenly, the pain returns. A crushing, unbearable pressure builds in his skull, forcing him to his knees. He clutches his head and lets out a guttural scream. His fingers dig into his scalp. "I'll kill you, devil. I swear I'll kill you." Back at the hospital, Daredevil learns the full extent of Bullseye's condition. Bullseye is suffering from a brain tumor, a tumor that's causing unbearable headaches and hallucinations, altering his perception of reality, and fueling his obsession with Daredevil. The tumor isn't just causing pain, it's warping his mind. The situation is more dangerous than ever. A police officer bursts into the room with urgent news. Bullseye has been spotted at a movie theater. Inside the darkened theater, Bullseye sits alone, watching the screen, muttering to himself. "The devils are hiding," he whispers. "But I'll find them." His headache pulses again. The whispers in his mind grow louder. Someone in the audience turns around and hisses, "Hey, do you mind?" Bullseye snaps towards the voice. With terrifying speed, he erupts from his seat and attacks. Fists fly, bones snap. The theater erupts into chaos as Bullseye batters anyone who dares to move. The last unfortunate soul falls, and Bullseye finally looks up. Standing at the front of the theater, illuminated by the flickering projector light, is the real Daredevil. Daredevil remains calm, raising his hands. "You need help, Bullseye. Come with me." Bullseye lunges. A brutal fight breaks out. The two warriors trade blows, leaping over rows of seats, striking with deadly precision. But Bullseye is unhinged, fighting with a reckless fury that makes him even more dangerous. In an instant, he sees his 2 hostages and grins. His eyes burn with a wild delight. "Let's make this interesting, Daredevil. Either I kill these 2, or I let them go and you let me kill you instead." Daredevil freezes. Bullseye hurls a knife straight at him. A split-second reaction, Daredevil throws his hand to block, and the blade buries itself deep in his palm. Pain shoots through him, and he falls to the ground, exaggerating the extent of his injuries. Bullseye vanishes into the night just as the police arrive, and they only find a single clue: a box of throat lozenges, left behind by one of the hostages, a man with a nasty cough. This simple clue is the only lead that Daredevil needs to track down Bullseye. Daredevil focuses. He can filter through the city's noise, He might be able to track the hostage before it's too late. He closes his eyes and listens. A familiar, rattling cough. Bullseye forces the trembling hostages to take them back to their apartment. Posters on the wall catch his eye. Scenes of movie heroes triumphing over villains. He scoffs. That's not how the world works. In real life, if he is strong enough, the bad guy wins. Bullseye pauses due to the relentless pain of his headaches. One hostage takes this opportunity. A heavy statue in his hands. A single swing could end Bullseye's rampage. He lifts it above his head. However, Bullseye snaps towards him, and the hostage retreats in fear. You should have done it. You won't get another chance. Bullseye stares intensely, now ready to kill his hostages. When suddenly, glass shatters. Daredevil crashes through the window. The final battle begins. Daredevil throws Bullseye down a flight of stairs before receiving a devastating kick to the chin. The fight rages throughout the apartment before Bullseye runs into the subway. Daredevil senses struggle against the deafening noise of the trains. His radar fails. He's blind, and now he's also deaf, fighting on instinct alone. Bullseye presses the advantage, delivering a devastating kick to Daredevil's chest. Pinned, Daredevil feels Bullseye's grip around his neck, twisting with lethal intent. The assassin is about to snap his spine. Desperate, Daredevil counters, grabbing Bullseye's wrist and holding on. As long as he maintains contact, he knows where his enemy is. He unleashes a relentless assault, strike after strike, blow after blow. He slams Bullseye's head into the steel tracks until the assassin finally collapses. Then, the distant roar of an approaching train. Daredevil hesitates. This is it. This could be the end of Bullseye. One less killer in the world, one less threat. His body screams in pain. He can barely stand. Saving Bullseye might cost him his own life, but he's not a killer. Summoning every last ounce of strength, he drags Bullseye off the tracks just in time. Later on, back at the hospital, Dr. Gloss berates him. You should have let him die. He's a monster. Daredevil, exhausted, simply replies, I detest what he does, what he is, but I'm not God, I'm not the law, and I'm not a murderer. And if you're craving more Daredevil content, check out this playlist, or check out my channel for a whole array of different characters and storylines covered by myself. You might as well hit the subscribe button whilst you're at it. But for the meantime, peace, peace, peace.